You came out to deliver your people, to save your anointed one. You crushed the leader of the land of wickedness. You stripped him from head to foot. Habakkuk 3:13. Part of Habakkuk's prayer is an affirmation of what God did for his people, Israel. In the time of the Exodus, God delivered them out of slavery, instituted a priesthood for their ministering, crushed the pagan leaders of Canaan, and laid bare the detestable practices of the Canaanites. In the time of Israel's kings, God provided anointed leaders, gave military and economic victories over their enemies, and glorified the kings, especially David and Solomon, as unique and special as compared to all the other kings of the day. In the time of the prophets, after the split of the kingdom, God still delivered his people from hardships, still provided anointed priests and leaders, still gave them victories over their enemies, and still stripped bare those enemies to expose all of their opposition to him. Now, it's more, however. Habakkuk 3:13 is not considered a messianic verse in that it didn't prophesy about the coming Messiah or establish practices to herald him. The verse doesn't predict or say anything about the anticipated deliverer, but all those qualities which Habakkuk thanks our ancient God for also apply to God's then anticipated Messiah. Messiah would deliver people into their final victory. He would be anointed as the deliverer. He would crush leaders who oppose him. He would strip bare all plots against God. It's another one of those both and kind of verses. All through history, going back even to Eden, God had indeed done all the things that Habakkuk prays here. Yet he hadn't done them as he would through his Son yet. Reread the verse, and you're going to read it differently because it describes Jesus. Jesus came to deliver his people from sin. Jesus Christ is the true anointed one, anointed as Son of God, King of Kings, and the one true high priest. Jesus crushed the head of the sin and death by overcoming both. Jesus stripped the devil bare and permanently exposed him as the fraud and liar he is. When we see Jesus, we are seeing the Father. When we experience the Spirit, we're experiencing the Spirit of Jesus and the Father. Jesus is the human person and full embodiment of God the Father and God the Spirit. Centuries before Jesus arrived, Habakkuk perfectly, unknowingly described him, while giving praise to the same God as he did know him. He knew God through the law of Moses and the prophets, and all that he had lived out as a practicing Jew his entire life. Habakkuk didn't know that God had painted this picture of himself, of his Son, throughout the ecclesiastical history of the Jewish people. Yet Habakkuk's prayer of praise to that same God described and adored the picture that God had already painted of Christ. Reread the verse again, and I challenge you, walk away from it. Tell me it's not about Jesus. I think it is.